tick tock, tick tock, tick.
Hey guys, this is Steve with Orlando Collector Deviants. Here tonight we are with the talented artistic duos. We got, let's see, about 5 of them on here, 5 couples, or 4 couples, sorry. I saw Monica and Graven, they're separated, I counted them twice. So we got 4 on here. We got Mike and Sandra from It's All Geek to Me. We got Monica Ravenwolf. Yeah. And hold on, I'm gonna do something because every week I kind of give you guys nicknames. So let's start again. We got Sandra and Mike. We got Sandra, the life of the show Thresher.
There you go.
We got Mike. I don't like to be in the pit.
Excellent.
Okay, and then down here we got Monica. We got Monica. It's all business to me.
Perfect.
There you go.
Perfect.
We got Graven, the OG Prime Ravenwolf.
Yeah.
Nice.
Down here in the corner, we got Cedric, the I Won't Freeze Up Boyd. There we go. And then we got Ashley, I Put Up with Cedric Meadows.
Very
Yep.
good.
You get used to it.
Oh yeah. See, this is, and for the rest of you guys on here, Ashley is an upcoming artist. So that's one of the reasons I got her on here. Besides the fact that she's with Cedric, so I'm she needs to push him off and take over the scene. But
Right. Probably
what I'm
should
go ahead.
take the spotlight real quick. I'm just kidding.
Well, the spotlight's all
No,
on
I was
you
just
tonight.
saying I'm gonna take the spotlight real quick.
Oh,
Totally.
yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Oh, but you know.
But anyways, it's
well, hold on one second. Hold on one second, Ashley, because we never introduced the Sean, the Samurai Win, and his other half that's not able to be on today, which is Chrissy, the Mad Sculptor Win.
There we go.
That's good.
Okay,
Bringing it back.
Mad sculptor. I'm sure he's pretty good too.
oh no, Chrissy. Okay, I'm going to show you because Chrissy will be happy because I still have this.
Wow.
Back in the day, we still have it.
Wow.
That is amazing.
It
I love
sits
that.
on our shelf. It never goes away.
I want
So,
one.
I would love to get into sculpting too, like do more with, polymer clay and stuff, and actually make some awesome sculptures. So that's inspirational. It's pretty cool.
Ashan, is that what she uses, the polymer clay?
Yeah, when she was sculpting, she used polymer clay, and then we moved on to like Chavant and Monster clay to
Right.
kind of do molds.
I wish I had time.
Yeah, there's all sorts of types. I mean, I haven't really got into all the different, types of clay you can use, but I do use clay in a lot of the pieces I do with the taxidermy, the skulls, and even with like if I make beads for a necklace, because I also do taxidermy necklaces.
So that's
Yeah,
one
that-
of her.
That right there is a zombie skull, and we also have a coyote that is supposed to look more like a demon, but I think it kind of looks like Darth Maul when I look at it more. Starting to
Yeah, you can call
take that resemblance. But I'm starting out with a lot of taxidermy, and it's actually really fun to me. I mean, also you get to learn a lot about, what animal, type you're using, and, just have to be super creative when trying to figure out like how I can go out of my way to make it different than other people's, type of taxidermy art. Because you see other people paint skulls and they'll sell them, and I try to go out of my way and figure out different ways to make them special. But I also have
We got a
I do
couple people. Sorry, I'm just gotta
yeah
say what's up to Robert
uh-huh.
real quick, and to say what's up to Joe real quick. Couple of my fans there.
Oh
Sorry, not
yeah,
me to
what's
cut you
up?
off.
Steve's fanboys of the century.
But I wanted to say
Exactly.
I am doing buffalo necklaces, and I have some of those on commission right now. I have one completed. If I can grab it real quick. You can kind of see it's kind of twisting a little bit.
It's cool.
That's great.
So also I do stuff with stones, seashells, crystals,
Very cool.
Oh,
stuff like
really pretty.
that. And I'm trying to get more into beadwork, which is a little bit more difficult for me, but I am gradually learning. I have the child right here.
Nice.
It's
Cool.
kind of blurry. I don't know. I wish you could see it a little better.
Yeah, let me see it.
But oh my gosh, it got in my coffee. No, the tag got in the coffee. It's probably bad to have them next to each other. Here's another piece. Those are butterflies in there. And I do stuff with bugs too, insects. I have a few dead insects and spiders that I had caught outside, and they were already dead because I can't stand to kill anything. Like it's not in my way to do that. So when I find the skulls, I try to make sure they were like, not brutally killed or anything. But and I also I'm showing them one more piece. There's another piece right there. Basically, what inspired me, I mean, pretty much since I was younger, I've been drawing and painting. And the first type of thing I really got into was drawing animals and wildlife, fantasy animals like sci-fi. There's been a lot of drawings I've done of like aliens or monsters, beasts, that I don't have with me right now, by the way. But I also kind of have, let's see, I kind of have a few canvas paintings done, but I only have one with me. Is in the back right here. It's of Mew. So I'm trying to get more into the, huh?
I think he has a picture you can put up there.
Yeah, of the Mew painting, the Pokemon painting.
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm doing a lot on the background. Sorry, I was looking at the comments. Sorry,
It's okay.
Give me a second. And there it is. Sorry about
there
that.
we go. So I'm trying to do a lot more canvas work on the side of the taxidermy and jewelry and whatnot, because initially that's what I started doing anyways, is painting and drawing. Actually, when I was younger, I won the NC State art competition, K through 12. And after that, I for some reason took a long pause and went back to drawing and painting, and then recently have gotten to the taxidermy stuff. But overall, I was going to say also pop culture and stuff like Marvel, DC. I really love Pokemon. So there's a few things there that have inspired me overall. And also kind of macabre type stuff, like dark, sinister type stuff. So I'd like to bring that into some of the taxidermy as well, and and also like a native natural aspect. So because you can see some of the jewelry is kind of native style too.
Yeah. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Hold on one second. I'm gonna respond to a couple of comments real quick.
You're
Robert said,
good.
"Thanks for the shout out." Thanks, Robert, for joining us. Robert's joining us on YouTube. And then we got John Martin says, "What's everybody?" I think that's supposed to be "What's up?" Cedric, if you remember John, he's part of Silverline. You remember him from Silverline, Cedric?
Yeah.
Yeah, John joined us. He's part of the Silverline crew. So thanks for coming on, joining us tonight. Okay, back to the regularly scheduled Ask Me Talking.
So, I mean, basically, yeah, I'm 24 years old. It's been something I've been doing for a long time. There's still so much I, have ahead of me to
she's
practice
24, but been doing it for a long time.
Make more product.
I've been reading for a long time.
I think we've all been doing something for a long time.
Mostly procrastination.
Yeah, actually, that's what I was thinking too. Like, you read my mind. Procrastination's right up there, right up the alley. I will have more commission work on my website, Sun and Moon Creations. I'm sorry.
I gotta put him. I
couldn't even say it. I couldn't even say it. I don't know why.
I got going over there.
It's Sun and Moon Creations Co. By the way.
There, I gotta have him up there. I'm sorry, Ashley. This is too cute.
Oh, that's just oh my goodness. Hi.
Rockstar.
The apple looks good.
Apple. I'm eating an apple.
I think he could merch like that.
I found a way to do COVID dental visit.
Sean, I wanna rent him every week because he just made the ratings go up.
Yeah, yep. Kids always.
He knows.
Are you done?
No.
You want some more screen time?
It's awesome.
Okay, Ashley, sorry.
You're fine.
Watch you eating out. Well, I mean, people do. But
He got a new YouTube star right there, Sean. Because he eats apples for the whole time.
And we got John, and the kid steals the show. Yep, right there. You got it.
Every time.
If my son was here, he'd be doing the same thing. Not gonna lie, he'd be all up in here. What's going on? And poking his face in.
And we got Kimberly says hello, Monica, Graven, and Sandra.
Hey, Kimberly, how are you doing? It's good to see you.
Hey,
But
Thanks for joining us.
you notice it says Sandra, but not Mike. So
That's fine.
because I'm the friendly one.
you're the life of the party right there.
Which is funny because I wasn't always like that.
I wasn't always like this.
No, you weren't.
I was fun.
Remember the times.
Just once. 1982.
Just
during the Green Day.
Moon time.
Back in '09, I used to have feelings.
Now it's just rage and anger.
and see, Sean's sitting over there. I'm glad I left out of freaking Florida for this stuff, man. He's like, we're a whole different weird now.
He doesn't need it. He's got enough entertainment at home right there.
I know.
What the heck? What was that? It's funny. I love kids.
And Mike, I think this is you. Feelings, what are those?
That definitely spoke to me.
There we go. Artists don't have feelings.
No, he has feeling.
Feeling. Just have to do with the nerve.
in
That's
his
it.
left
Just one
hand,
feeling
right?
that's all the same.
And that one feeling
that's
is
all the
meh.
same.
Man,
But the
I don't know.
drugs, I'm feeling much better now.
He's feeling much better now that the drugs have kicked in.
He's a robot. He's a robotic mech. So,
well, see, Mike, I'm on my second one of these, and I'm starting to feel good too. So,
I just finished my tea.
Order.
Where I'm at.
He's gotten
And-
very wild during
the
quarantine.
water is very energizing for me. I must say.
well, I saw Monica looking to see what it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll get closer. Chi-Chi's pina colada.
Chi-Chi's pina colada?
Yeah, Chi-Chi's pina colada.
I'd have to
my
mix
gosh.
that with something. That'd be too sweet for me. Not gonna lie. Like
Do
if
you
I drink,
remember-
and
I mixed it with an ice cube.
Do you remember the in Orlando?
I'm able to.
That was awesome. I think I have a picture with a sombrero on from there.
That's cool.
Well, it was my birthday.
So it's your birthday, so you had to take it out of the closet to wear it.
Sure.
We know you had one already stuffed in the closet, so.
It's funny that you think it's in the closet.
You don't want to know what's in some of these closets.
I just keep thinking how this is a good frame shot of a Sean. And the little one like right there. They put it up on a frame, you could print that right there. That's a good meme shot.
Yes, I do miss a quarter.
I know.
We miss it too.
Missing everybody.
Oh, I miss you guys.
And then John says he was doing his Jimmy Buffett impression. Hell yeah. Hey,
All he's missing is the
at least I changed up my version of rum this week.
the beach background.
Did you say beach or? Oh wait, I won't go there. We're still at 8 o'clock hour.
children present.
And then there's Mr. Brandon.
Hey Brandon,
my
what's up,
friend.
brother?
He is one of the proprietors of Free Play Florida, which is going to have lots of different pop-ups events this year. Hey Brandon, how's it going? And let me know which ranch variation you're trying today.
Free Play
Okay.
Florida is an amazing event. They do such cool things.
Okay, Robert's just jumping right into the questions here. Not even giving us a chance to have a chit chat. Robert wants to know what are the greatest challenges working together. So
I don't have any.
you don't have any?
We don't really have any, do we?
Well,
Oh,
okay, no, but if we're being honest, we have
No, we don't be honest on my show.
Never.
okay, so let me be real here.
Me?
No, Mike and I have a very different way of doing things.
mine's right, yours wrong.
That's what he thinks. But a broken clock is right 2 times a day too. So, anyways, we just do things differently.
Go sit down and eat.
So I've had to learn to accept that I can't look at him while he's working because then I'll get really angry and I'll get a different type of OCD. And I just sometimes have to walk away from it. So I've just had to learn to accept that his way is okay.
And I just don't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He actually thinks it's funny.
See, I like Mike's attitude on it. I don't care. Do whatever you want. Just don't involve me. You know, just.
Well, she's the one that started the whole thing, and then I came in.
He would make these really intricate designs because we deal in paper. We paper craft. We make. Hand me something.
Yeah, show Graven this one. I think he's seen
Okay,
this one.
so we make. Let me see if I can- This is something that he made for TFCon,
Yeah.
which unfortunately didn't happen. But we deal in paper art, and I started by showing Mike how to do this because I used to scrapbook, and he took it and he ran with it, and he used to do like designs and then expect me to put them together, and I'd sit there and sing like a 4-letter chorus of how many, like a lot of different things. Like he had me put together this Donkey Kong Chatterbox while he was at Free Play Florida last year, and all I did was text him curse words the whole time. So I just let him do that, and then I started doing I have a real appreciation for comic book art, so I've been taking more recently comic books apart and saving the awesome art and making jewelry and stuff out of that. But unfortunately now he's taken that too. So no, not completely. But
I make a keychain.
No, whatever. So that's how we work together. The biggest challenge is probably just accepting that each other's ideas, they're both okay and they both have merit, which we've both been divorced, so we understand relationships a little bit better. That's all I could say. And I'm done.
And I still don't care.
Now, Sean, I'm going to bug you while you got just a little bit of apple left. So, what is the biggest challenge between you and Chrissy working together?
Watch this, I do it. See?
Well, I don't know that we have challenges because usually it's her telling me to design something for her, and then I'm like, okay, what do you want?
I do that.
And then let's see. Yeah, because like it's not like I don't push anything. You know, I never push anything on her. Like even the stuff we did do together, it's just kind of like, oh, what do you want to do? Oh, I want to start making like family this or that. She's like, draw me a sketch. I'm like, okay. It's easier that way. And then she might maybe give pushback if she's like, oh, well, I don't know how to do this one thing, but I would just probably omit the piece that she was confused about and just be like, okay, well, just do it the way you think it looks.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna before we go down to Graven and Monica and Cedric, we got Brandon who says, yo, let me in on this live stream. So I think that's one of Cedric's friends.
That's my brother, actually. So his brother-in-law. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. He's been yeah, okay. He's been trying to see every stream lately, so that's good. Got you a new fan.
You gotta tell him he has to make sure he follows the show. And then I might bring him on the show.
Oh yeah, he'd be great.
Then you got John who says, you see what happened? And I see a lot of what happens, and I try not to believe it.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, but you're all in my sight, so you're in my mind. So,
and that's not a great place to be.
Don't worry. I bought 6 more of these because these are only $1 a piece right now. So
you'll be dreaming about us tonight because of it.
Oh no, I drink enough of it. I won't be dreaming about any of y'all.
O.C.D. Drinking O.C.D. sponsored by Chi-Chi's Pina Colada.
Yes, today, the one time you're not going to hear Total Wine and More. This was actually bought for $1 at Winn-Dixie.
There you go.
Okay, Graven, Monica, you are, I'm going to say, one of the biggest known artist couples in the area. So what is the biggest challenges you guys have besides, living with each other?
Well, I know I work in complete chaos. And I'm okay with chaos and mess, and I procrastinate, and he is complete opposite.
I was gonna say, I know that drives him nuts.
Yes. When I draw and paint, there's things everywhere. He gets so irritated.
I can relate.
I'm okay with it. As long as it gets done, I don't care about it. So.
And speaking of what she draws,
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna change it so where. Well, that didn't work, did it? I was
It's a
trying to
kitty
get
fairy.
Monica's.
That's a beautiful
trying to
piece
get-
of artwork there, dear. Look at it. I think this piece is titled A Sean.
Well, we'll see, because Trisha's supposed to be doing all this stuff in the background. She's not doing any of it, so I'm trying to.
Oh,
So-
I'm sorry.
So let's go ahead with some other of. Now with Bittens, this is all your own line and your creations, correct,
Yes.
Monica?
Yes, they're a line of bat kittens, bat cats, and so they're all kind of fantasy based.
Cool. Cthulhu.
My favorite.
That's one of
I really
Trisha's
like
favorites
that
right
one.
there.
Cool.
And the uniform.
Now, but Monica does delve into some fan art,
Yes.
as you saw a little earlier when he made the appearance.
Oh,
I like that.
it's perfect.
I like everything, baby.
I had to draw.
Yeah.
Now, Monica, I know we're still on the question of what challenge you guys have, and we'll get back to Graven. But why I got you on here, Monica? What is your style of artwork that you are best known for?
Portraits.
What do you draw with?
What was the question?
What do you draw with?
Oh, color pencil. Lately, I've been using acrylic and color pencil together. Kind of using acrylic as a base and then the pencil on top.
Well, see, I like to let everybody know because a lot of her stuff is color pencil. So I have actually named her the colored pencil queen of artwork. And she's won.
Most
she's
definitely.
won
It's really good at
awards.
color pencil.
If you ever get the chance to see Monica's work, like when she does it in person, you will just be mesmerized because it is incredible.
It's insane. It really is.
You can't even saying that it's incredible doesn't even do it justice. You see that what she's doing.
Yeah, you'd have to draw that one closer because it looks like a black square in your wall.
Once she gets in the zone, and once she gets into her zone, and she's so fast. It's incredibly fast what she does when she gets to where she knows what she wants to do with it.
What he's trying to pull down is a Raphael I did.
Yeah.
I feel like they're struggling to get that down, Steve.
It ain't coming down.
Watch everything just fall down behind him too at the same time.
It's done on black.
Once it's up there, I'm sure it's up there. So
Yeah, that one with the type of frame it is and the screw that I use, it doesn't want to come off too easy.
Well, we know it's not coming off that wall. We're gonna.
Exactly. So no matter how many times I hit it, it can stay on there.
Decorations. Decorations. I got some.
Does he have a? Do they have a song?
oh, I love that.
Hold on, I'm listening to the song.
I love anything Halloween themed.
I do have Bittens that are Nightmare Before Christmas. I heard Cedric say that you
Oh,
guys
yay!
wedding earlier.
Yes, I would love to check those out.
No,
I mean, it really it's going to be pretty much all Halloween, Nightmare Before Christmas, Tim Burton style for the most part.
That's awesome.
John
Oh, yeah,
says I
I
need
can't wait.
another
Hope we
drink. John says I need another drink and then hold my head to the left and it may come down. I don't know. I
need another
drink, they're
sip of
all
coffee.
coming down. Yeah, the young kids, they're on that hard stuff tonight with the coffee.
Decaffeinated tea.
Decaf or caffeinated?
Caffeine.
Caffeinated
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, you guys hit hard stuff tonight.
You can have coffee.
Yep, I guess as hard as it's going to get.
That's what I've done.
That's the story of Cedric's life.
Oh.
And
That train just keeps going.
John says hello. Cedric's still trying to process. Did he really just say that to me?
Hey, John, how you guys
Hey,
doing?
John, how you doing?
John's like, what the hell did I get myself into?
Yeah. And John Martin, burn.
The thing with the Sean and Chrissy is before they left, we stopped them. And so they thought moving to California would save them. It didn't.
The truth
And
comes
then
out.
you track them
Going to
down.
California definitely is not going to save anyone.
I thought I saw you guys.
Not
on
for
CSI.
me.
Oh, we miss
I mean, I would
everybody.
love to go visit several times. I mean, vacay there, but I don't think I could live there.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah. I mean, my dad grew up in Cali and Arizona half his life, and he's just like, yeah, you probably should just go visit there for sure. There's definitely a different species of people that live there, from what I hear. So
Yeah, they have a little gills. They know how to live underwater. You know,
yeah, all that mess.
preparing for when it falls off into the ocean. They're already one step ahead.
They're evolving rapidly.
Exactly. Okay, Graven, back to you real quick.
Yeah.
What is your biggest what was the question, man?
The challenge with Monica.
Yeah, what's the greatest challenge with working with Monica?
And remember, she's sitting in the same room.
Oh,
I know.
I admit it. I know that I am a problem.
I across cameras.
I don't.
Graven, I already have 911 in here. All I gotta do is push send.
Excellent. No, actually, the challenges with me and Monica, I think, is what maybe a lot of artists and creators have issues with that we people don't speak about. I think sometimes when you say something about challenge, everyone automatically goes to kind of a negative connotation with your spouse sometimes. But I don't think the challenge is really that, to be honest with you. The challenge that me and Monica have together, and I'm gonna be pretty blunt with it, is the challenge is when you're both creators, you both see the greatness in each other. You both see what each other can do better. So what ends up happening is when you end up wanting to work with something, or you see what they're doing, when they start faltering, or you start seeing them kind of dial back and not really feel it, or not really put their all into it, it tends to get frustrating sometimes. So with Monica in particular, I can tell when she's just phoning it in, when she's not doing her best work, or when she's not got the best idea forward, or the best position in what she's doing there. So I'm very quick to say, no, that's crap. You can do better than that. I know you can do better than that, and vice versa. And so I think a lot of the challenge is just me and her. With that, I will call her out on something that I think she did badly or that she can do better, and she'll call me out on stuff she think is like crap and like, why are you doing that? But in the same aspect, we both pick each other up too in that way. So we know it pushes ourselves. As far as what she says about the OCD and versus chaos, yes, she works completely in chaos, 100%. And I used to work in chaos as well when I was very young, teenager years. So I don't know where the OCD button kicked in as I got older, but I have this weird control mechanism where I have to have everything perfect before
5 years ago, OCD came into his life.
Right, exactly. There you go. But yeah, I mean, that's our biggest challenge, I think, is just being able to, see each other do the best that they can and be okay with it. It's sometimes we need each other to kind of fight and pick us back up, if that makes sense. I don't know if everybody.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, that's kind of the way me and Chrissy work. It's like she gets irritated because I'm Virgo and I'm kind of like that in my head all the time. So I'm constantly analyzing everything. And she's like, well, I meant to do it that way. And I'm like, but did you really mean to do it that way?
For sure.
I think that's a really good point, though, because I think Mike is a lot more self-deprecating than I am, and he'll get down on himself easily. I mean, and I think that he'll do like these amazing things. He's also a very good writer, and he will just get very down on himself, and so I always tell him, trust me, I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm going to tell you if it sucks. And I don't usually have to, but I have sometimes. Like, this is not so much.
I think most creators are very depressive.
Oh, I'm very self-deprecating as far as what I do. Monica, you can ask anybody. I think all my stuff is horrendous crap. 100%.
I say that all the time.
I will. And when someone comes up and says, well, you have no place to say anything, I'm like, you're absolutely right. It's crap. but I'm still going to have my opinion on it. I know my stuff sucks, so get in your comments. Say whatever you want to say. I'm good. You know,
as he's sitting in front of 2 amazing panels of his artwork. Yeah.
Those need to be burnt. I realize that now after I got
He hates them.
Oh, Graven.
I'm curious now. Everyone's zodiac, like that would make a lot of sense.
I can't stand looking at
No.
him. And everybody loves him. I'm like, oh, I hate this.
And with Monica, with her, she, I can't tell you how many times she's tried to throw stuff away. Like she'll get so frustrated with it, and I'm like, "Come on, you can fix this. What is this? Like, you got this."
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was sort of a quick sketch. I think I did at a show. I think Claremont Con.
Yeah, just a quick sketch I did with all that detail work. Oh,
I'll
put that together.
I have you know that was very hard for me because that was the first time I ever.
Okay, sorry guys, my mic got muted. Now Graven hates this, and I love this.
Yeah.
And I finally had to tell him
I
to
love
shut
it.
up and give it to me.
Yeah, he didn't like it. He was going to start over, weren't you?
Yeah, I was gonna throw it away at the show.
But that's one of them. I got Bebop up there too, and he hated them, but I love them. And
when it comes down to it, I mean, it is what if you love it and you care about it. And I'm able to impact something by something I put on a piece of paper. I mean, it's a mental issue I have that I've been fighting my whole life, but I'm trying to get better at just accepting
This one got wet.
He plays it devil advocate, you know.
And well, it's just like Sean was talking about this, the blast from the past and everything. I love it. That's why it's up on the wall.
Right.
And it's
cool to see.
Monica and Graven both know
that. I kind of agree with Graven on this thing where it's like, oh man, I like you see the flag and it works, so it's like you're continually growing and you're doing more stuff. Go back and look at stuff that you've done and you're like, oh, fix that, and fix this. And it's nothing like what I do now, but then what I do now, I still feel uncomfortable about. So it's always kind of push and pull situation.
This is the stuff that Sean has gone to, and his artwork has changed so much, and for the better over the years from when I first knew him.
Oh yeah, he's came a long way. Absolutely has.
Yeah,
We see
I
that.
like that one.
This
It's really cool to be able to see yourself evolve as you can kind of look back at art that you've done over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
I could do sketchbooks like from years ago.
Those are awesome.
It's fun, but it's also
Definitely.
for artists, and it's like it's a constant kind of flow and a dialogue that I think all artists are having with themselves when we're creating these things. It's always constant, like I guess if you're really an artist per se, it's like that constant, like I don't know, it's like a feeling you get where you're like, but I could just do this better, or this skill. I need to obtain that skill, and I can fix those things. And then you start fixing those things, but then by that time you've already identified 5 other things that you need to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely feel you on that.
Brian Jones. Now interrupt everybody. We're gonna hop on. We got a few things going on. Brian Jones, hello, creative people. Good to see you all surviving through this.
Good to see you coming and joining us, man. Nice to see you.
And John Martin said, "Let the happy accidents happen." Exactly. We like the happy accidents.
For sure.
And then Terrence Baker's on here saying, "Looking good, everybody." Terrence was on here last week.
Good to see you, Terrence.
Hey, Terrence. I wish I had more happy accidents.
I think Lori as well jumped on, and thank you, Lori. We appreciate that.
Yeah, Lori was way up there.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Lori since I think Free Play.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Lori's another very talented artist and not a very typical medium.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You got one hanging in the hallway.
Yes, I do. It's one of my prized possessions.
Little Yoshi.
She's a pixel art? I don't know.
Is that what she does, Sandra?
She does pixel art with perler beads, but she also
Oh wow,
does,
that's
Kind of like
hard.
that?
but she also paints. She does them in 3-dimension. She does some on canvas. Mike is getting one of my very much prized possessions.
Oh yes.
Oh wow.
Roy did this for me.
I'm sure that took a long time too. Those small
It's actually it's breathtaking, and I have it in a place where I can see it every day because
Yeah, but you don't got it super glued to your wall like I do.
no, because sometimes I want to take it down. Yeah.
In case of a fire,
But
she
see,
has to be able to
you
move it.
have to you want to take it down. I don't want to remove mine. I want mine always to be there, and I just add.
Well, you know what? In case of a fire, I'm grabbing that and my dog, and we're out of here.
Yeah, but see,
I'll trick Mike on the way.
Good luck, Mike.
but see, I'm a maintenance guy. I got a saw that will cut the wall out, and I can take the whole wall with me.
There you go.
So there you go. So
You just gotta put it on a jack and just wheel that sucker right out, right?
Oh hell no! I'm gonna bend Trish over, put it on her, strap it to her back, and tell her to go.
Oh jeez.
If there's a fire here, I'm just going to do it. I'm either going to be knocked out and burn up or get out the wall.
Either way, it's gonna be a great story.
Now I'm gonna kind of go back to what Brian says, where it says, "Good to see everybody surviving through all this." How are you guys surviving through all this? I know a lot of the shows are of big importance to you guys, and with the whole C19, how are you guys all surviving?
Well, I've been doing a lot of commission work, and that's actually branched off into some other ventures. I've currently started a new production company, so we're like in the infancy stage of working on a short, which I can't talk about, and then because of NDAs and all that stuff. But it's kind of, I don't know, COVID's kind of been like a blessing in disguise, because with the state of the world and everything that happened, it kind of forced creatives out here and stuff to kind of take matters into their own hand and kind of figure out, how are we going to evolve to the new landscape? Because, there's a new working landscape out here and stuff like that. And then, just with the state of the country and stuff, we felt it was kind of time. And so, like with us out here, it was a few colleagues of mine just came together and said, let's just, we've all got the skills to do this work. Instead of trying to figure out how to do it for studios, we can do it for ourselves and get the work that way. And that's kind of what we've been doing.
Well, it's like doing movie work. I mean, people are doing feature films on iPhones now.
Yeah.
So you don't need all this expensive rig to do something.
Daddy!
Yeah, that's what we were saying. It's like,
Hey, Daddy!
content.
Hey, Daddy!
You could be your own content.
Daddy!
Daddy! Soderbergh is doing. He's going all the like iPhones.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Graven, Monica, how you guys surviving? I know your biggest. I know one of Graven's biggest disappointments was TFCon was finally coming to Orlando, and right before the show, it died. Right before.
Graven and I both.
Yeah.
Daddy. I was gonna say da da, doo-da. Now I'm going to show you some of the stuff from TFCon. I still want to go back to how you guys are surviving, but I wanted to show some of the stuff that you had made just for TFCon.
Yeah, paper, man.
Beautiful.
You can talk about doing it, so I can do two things at once.
RC is one of my favorites, Raven.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I this is actually was a big first for me in a lot of ways. Most people don't really know that, but first of all, to get accepted into TFCon, from my
I
understanding,
like that style.
thank you. Is very hard to get in anyway. From my understanding, previously, I've always been a Transformers fan, 80s fan. Let's just be honest. Turtles, He-Man, Thundercats, you name it, Bionic 6, all that stuff, everything. JC World, I love it all. But TFCon and it was big for me. So I figured, okay, I've never done a show by myself as an artist. I've always been very much a proponent of promoting my muse, Monica, and kind of just being out there. I've had art out there here and there, but never really just been on my own doing my own thing. And that was kind of very new for me because I'm so used to kind of promoting other people. It's kind of hard for me to kind of put that hat back on for myself. So when I got accepted for TFCon was a very unique time in my life. People who knew what I went through, it was kind of amazing thing that even had happened. So when I got out, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and what do you feel inferior for, man? There's no reason for it. But I also, number one, it was the first show I'd ever done for myself. I actually got into something I've always wanted to be involved with because I've always wanted to go, but it was always in Canada. I could never go. And then they started doing it here in the States briefly. And so not only to get accepted as an artist to be there, and then to kind of be my first outing, I then started my first time doing digital. I've never done digital art. So all those pieces you saw were nothing but digital. That's my first try in digital, which is, was really hard for me to get used to. So basically I did all the line work, and then the one who always makes it look better, my muse over here, she colored. I gave her a style guide I wanted her to color them in, and then she went and did all the flat coloring on that to kind of prep them. And I had 5 more all prepped, but then of course COVID and all the other stuff hit. I just changed our life a lot, what we were needing to do. But yeah, that's why it was big for me. So when it canceled, I was like, But the way I look at it, I had the opportunity. I put some work out and got it all, to show people, and then tested my limits a little bit. So the way I look at it, it was still a win, and I love it. So.
Graven, was that the first time that you and Monica had kind of like collaborated on like single pieces?
No, actually, we have some good things we collaborated on, and we have some horrendous stuff that we never talk about that we've collaborated on that's famous, and we don't like talking about those famous ugly things.
Let's talk about him. No.
Little known fact, we're the reason Dallas got put back on the television series on TNT, but that's another story for another time. We did a horrendous Dallas book that we're just not really happy with, but it was fun for what it was. But
7 pages, and
we loved it at the time, but we look back at it and we're like, this is just, we feel bad for it because it got passed out to 3,000 celebrities at the South Fork Ranch Dallas reunion, 30th reunion. We did it back in 2000, I think 9 or 10? 2008, yeah. And so I did all the pencils, and then Monica did all the digital coloring. And I was working at publishing that time. I was working for an independent comic book publisher, and I literally would get off of work at midnight, and then we'd work from midnight to the morning, doing all the pages and doing all the colors to get it done for the reunion. So that booklet got shared at the reunion, and then the guy who played J.R. Ewing, I think it is, the guy who played J.R. Ewing.
Larry something, right?
Larry Hagman?
Larry Hagman.
And all of them got copies. And basically it worked its way back to TNT and some of the studio execs. Like, what would happen if 30 years later Dallas was reunion? And that's kind of what happened. And so we're in the theater watching the previews for a movie, and we see the TNT 20 with Dallas coming back, and we're like, wait a minute, that's kind of like what the story was. And we're like, you kidding me, right? So we went home and talked to the guy. He's like, yeah, you guys are the reason. It's the reason that they got looked at. The reason they got. I'm like, that's ridiculous. We're like, yeah, whatever. We just kept it. But
I like the show.
Yeah, my mom loved Dallas, but it was like,
hard for me to admit.
Yeah. But
we got the Kardashians, which I don't.
No, he doesn't.
So we collabed
Dallas was the first Kardashians. Oh.
Yeah, pretty much.
But they were more real.
Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely more real.
I think the other thing we collabed on was published for Voltron. We worked on my first published piece outside of Dallas, which was I did a picture on and Monica colored it, and it was on the United and Drawn Art of Voltron book. Like it was like 30 years or 15 years of Voltron. So we were in that. That was in 2010.
Funny story about that. I was at that time, I was considering changing my name to Demonica, and so the book has Demonica Ravenwolf.
Yep.
In the
Raven and Demonica Ravenwolf. Yeah, in the back credits.
I was like, that would be a cool art name because I like horror. So, but I'm like,
Right.
stuff like that.
Could be like your alter ego, Monica.
It is.
I even designed a succubus. Designed a succubus.
That's what Graven's nickname for her is. See,
among other scholarly words, okay?
Now I was going to ask you, Sean, because we kind of left Chrissy out of it. What's Chrissy's? Because you said she doesn't sculpt anymore. What is her medium?
She's been doing a lot of cross stitching and crocheting, mostly crocheting now. Because of her treatments and stuff, that's kind of like what works best for her hands and stuff like that. So, like messing around with chemicals and stuff, she's kind of like. But yeah, she crochets like voodoo dolls, and she's done some. We collaborated on a book that was like a bestiary book that I did like 2 years ago of Japanese style like demons and stuff like that. And so I illustrated.
I love that.
Wrote the book, and then she made some of the characters out of there, and people seem to like that character, so she gets permissions to do them every once in a while. I mean, she's not really doing it for like money; she just kind of does it to keep busy. You know, somebody wants one.
Isn't that the story of all artists? They don't do it for the money; they just do it to stay busy.
Yeah, so it's more like just and she really enjoys doing that. So I'll ask her for stuff, and anything I ask for gets thrown to the back burner. So I'm still waiting on a Spider-Man. But yeah, she's been really enjoying just learning how to crochet. She started it 2 years ago, but I don't know. She's like one of those people who can watch something and then do it like automatic. Like I envy how she learns, because for me, I have to like watch it, then watch it again, and slow it down and pause it, and then rewind it and pause it, and then play it. Before she's like, oh, okay. Look, I made this thing. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Okay, I'm going to go in my hole now.
That's like how I was with the paper stuff.
Yeah, I want to learn to crochet. Probably be one of my next things I work on. Learning to do that.
YouTube. I guess they have some great YouTube tutorials. There's,
I
guess, one central type of stitch that you have to learn that once you know that, you can pretty much make anything.
I think knowing macrame might help a little bit trying to learn to crochet. I think because maybe similar technique. I'm thinking like.
I love it. Like I said, I'm gonna rent them from Sean every week.
Well, then nobody's gonna sell them.
I want to hug you.
They might take over Cedric's segment.
I know, Cedric.
Yeah.
You better start
You
being
better watch
cuter.
out, Cedric. We got some competition.
Yeah.
We'll have the apple eating segment.
I'm sorry, but I think you might have to. Yeah, I don't know. Might have to be in this one. Could just do it for you. No. That's funny. I just said no.
So
it's like not happening.
So Mike, Sandra, I keep calling Sandra.
It's okay.
Have a couple more drinks, and I'll call you something completely different.
I've been called worse.
So how you guys been how you guys been surviving without the shows?
I mean, one thing that we are very lucky to have is that the shows to us were mostly a hobby. We didn't depend on them. And we have a lot of artist friends that was a good source of income for them. So we understand that we're very blessed that I work full time as a teacher, and so the pandemic and COVID and the quarantine meant something completely different to me because I had to start teaching from home. In doing that, it made me not want to do anything creative at all. Quite frankly,
Yeah.
even though our studio is out in the it's out in our backyard. We have a shed that we made into our studio.
Is it a sheet shed?
We call it a craft cave.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, but like seriously, I did a lot of the work. You'd be proud, Steve. I mean, if you do maintenance, I know how to tape some drywall and do some metal.
Whitewash. Nice.
Yes, he does very good whitewashing. Yeah. Okay. But anywho,
I'm like the history book.
Yes. Very huckfin of you.
That's a topic for another story. Bring it back.
But I think as we didn't have anything to work towards, both Mike and I are pretty much procrastinators by nature. We had nothing to work towards, so our art has really kind of fallen off. But also at the same time, we've been doing a lot of brainstorming, and we've been coming up with new things that we want to try. So I guess it's had its positives and its negatives. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. He has a lot of things to say.
Did you pop that one up?
That's awesome.
Say that 5 times fast. Craft cave, craft cave, craft cave, craft cave. Damn. Okay. No, but see, I know what Sandra's saying is because we're not on the artistic side of everything like you guys are, but with the cancellation of the conventions, we pretty much died. Well, what are we without a convention? But we've used this time to brainstorm and what we can do. And as you see, we've come back with the show after a little hiatus. We've come back better. I got animation. I got this, that, and the other now. And I can have multiple guests on, some from California at the same time, South or North Carolina, Florida, So we've used the time to regroup, come back stronger. So yeah. I know exactly that's how you guys are doing too.
I know one thing that we really noticed is that with not doing the shows, we miss the social interaction, and we miss our
family. You miss the family.
Yeah, because we get to see Monica and Graven, or we get to see you guys, and at least check in and say, hey, how you doing? And being around other people that are in that creative brain makes you better as a creative person.
I agree.
And now not being able to be around those creative people because being over a computer is just not the same. Because you feed off of each other.
Well, it was that free play when I was talking to Graven at the end. We were talking about TFCon because we had both. I think we both got in the same day.
Yeah.
Or something. We brainstormed about doing you were going to do the versus screens for your artwork. Mm-hmm. Then we talked about me doing the versus screen for the paper stuff, and then doing GoBots versus Transformers and all that. And I started to work on that. You saw my Bumblebee fight tour.
Yeah, it's good.
But I did that one too right before TFCon got canceled.
That's awesome. Leader 1 and Galvatron. Yes.
Hell yeah.
We were doing a lot of brainstorming and doing a lot of other things prior to the cancellation of TFCon. Because, after a while doing I think I did 30 new pieces just for TFCon.
Oh, yeah.
So in between that, we started to do coasters and keychains and earrings and stuff using, we started doing for Transformers using old comic books and magazines. And then we kind of went into other things.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to ask you guys something, and it kind of verges on TFCon. Cedric, I'm going to postpone your segment just a little bit so I can get this out, if you don't mind.
Good, man.
Okay. Now, have you guys gotten part of the TFCon online? And what do you guys think of the online conventions?
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's hard. That's a hard thing. I think it's a hard narrative period to try to put out there because it's in spirit a good thing. It's a great thing for us to try to continue to be able to connect with people. I think all artists need to still have whatever options are available to get their work out there. And it's all really about, and I tell a lot of artists this that talk to me and I do everything, but I think the big thing is sometimes as artists, we get sometimes a little tunnel vision because we're about what we're doing. And sometimes if a show doesn't go great, we forget that it's not always about us being at the show for the art. We're there for the advertising, to tell people who we are. We want to connect with people. We want to get people to know who we are. We want to get to know who they are. It's not about an ego-driven situation. It's about, like Sandra said, we're trying to connect with each other. And it's about knowing that we can build friends and fans and people that are interested in what we're doing and like-minded individuals, as well as people that might not be like-minded that can teach us something or that we can teach them something. It's a big microcosm of that. So with the show, with virtual can only do so much versus that personal interaction. But again, at least we have that. We could not have that, that virtual opportunity. As far as TFCon doing it, I mean, I was thinking about being involved with it. I saw when it came out. But it's just based on like everything that's happening right now. I'm not sure how that would actually really work out for me to be involved with it because I don't have a lot of content. I still need more work to finish out because I kind of got put on hold with that. So if I'm going to do that type of event, I'd want to have everything.
Yeah, John, networking.
So
yeah, if it's done right, it can be a good thing. Like we just had Lightbox Expo 2-3 weeks ago, and it's kind of where all the creatives and from all over come, and it was different because it was online this year. But I checked it out, and the Artist Alley was a cool experience in that you could see everybody, right? Because it's contained to a screen. But then how they were getting around the interaction thing is like a lot of artists were doing live streams.
Right.
So it's like all you had to do was kind of go find out who you were interested in and then kind of click on their thing and say, oh, when are they going to be live streaming? So you could like really talk to them and kind of get to know them. And then, of course, they were selling stuff. Of course, to credit that it was the first time they'd done it, but I think the blueprint worked really well because the live streams were awesome. It was like, some people, because they weren't limiting it to like, you have to use Zoom or this. People could get on, YouTube or whatever was working for them and whatever was working for, how many people they thought might show up or something like that. What's his Greg Baldwin, who's one half of Creature Box.
I love Creature Box.
And he would stream at night, but I mean, it was, it was cool. We got to talking and stuff like that. And it almost worked better because, you get so busy at the cons, right? Because so many people are coming all the time where it's like, at least within the realm of a stream, you may have a lot of people, you may not have a lot of people. And then if 15 people show up, well, it's cool. Then you can really start to talk to the people and get to know them.
That's good. Good point. Yeah, absolutely.
And then, and of course, they're cool. You end up buying stuff like that. I don't know. I blew so much money. So, I mean, it can work if it's done right.
Right. And plus, I think for even the consumer, the virtual con, I mean, I think there's some comfort there, a comfort level there, because like when you're walking down an alley in a con and you see other people, a bunch of people around, you may not want to stop, but if you're kind of safe in your own like other side of the computer, maybe you might be able to, you feel more comfortable to interact with that artist.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Social anxiety, stuff like that. You don't want to.
See, and I'm totally different from being on this side of the table from you guys. It's like I want to have that interaction with you. I want to see your interaction with other people also. Because if you treat them like a dick, are you going to treat me like a dick? But I can sit there and you might be showing, like on the virtual con, you might be showing one artwork, but I'm at your table and I see 5 other pieces. And just like when I first met Monica and Graven, I saw all of Monica's stuff over here, and over here in the corner, I saw Graven stuff, and that's what I was attracted to. Not that Monica's stuff wasn't good, because Trish was, but I was attracted to Graven stuff that wasn't being showcased.
All right, and I think that's another kind of cool thing with the virtual con is some artists they kind of display their stuff in that way, like what you're talking, where you hit the link and you can see everything. But if like I said with the stream, when you get in there, you can kind of see how they work and talk, and you can really have like a conversation like we're having with them.
Right.
Because most of the time people are like, oh no, I got to go do stuff, right? So they might see the work and be like, yo, I'm going to get that thing, or I'm not going to get that thing. But if they're interested, they come kind of like you would come back and you might put a pin in it and come back and say, okay, yeah, I'm going to come back and check this guy out, or I'm going to check this lady out and kind of see what they're about. So like you really make out in those live streams because not a lot of people show up to them,
right?
But then they're still there. So
That's
it's like
Gio.
you might as well take advantage of them.
I'm telling you.
Makes you a furry sub. If you tape a tail to your ass and wiggle it for a fox, then you're a furry.
Let's go back up to Lori real quick. Shows are sorely missed.
Slim distinction.
But I think it's something they'll just have to figure out. But I think shopping isn't that hard on there.
Yeah.
Can he take a breath so I can get some help?
And I love the emoji of the cat, like.
Yep, look at yourself.
Okay. Partner.
Oh, geez,
Yeah.
You know too much.
Hashtag I'm a writer. Don't look at my search engine. I'll be arrested easily.
Oh, I bet you it is. Thank you. Okay, so you gotta love the trolls, even though I think this troll is one of my son's friends. Because I give him crap about being a furry out like every other day.
We almost went to a furry convention on accident.
That would not be a good accident.
No one.
Not in my world.
I had to explain to my best friend's father. My best friend had to explain to her 70-year-old father what a furry was, and that was interesting.
Go ahead
You got-
and do
you
your
got-
thing. Just leave me out of it.
No, I think he's talking to Mike this time. So, and then he gets the sad duck face.
I want a shirt with the sad duck on it. It's hilarious.
I've heard of when doves cry, but when ducks cry, it doesn't have the same ring.
Wow.
Hey,
It doesn't have the same ring.
What does a dove sound like when it cries?
Okay, guys, I'm gonna, because I already pushed Cedric off, so I'm gonna set him up for his segment real quick, and you guys can do whatever you want at the time. Join us or use it for a bathroom break. And hold on, we got one more comment. I heard that artists make serious bank at furry conventions easily.
Yeah, because everybody
No, they don't.
draw their OC characters.
There's nowhere for them to put their loot. Like, how do you carry things with those paws?
That's impossible.
Oh, and then I get a thanks for nothing, Steve. Oh man, I'm helping you here, man. I'm not the one, but you got to.
Cat with an ice
These
cream
cat
cone?
emojis are killing me.
I don't know.
Maybe with tea. I don't know.
It's a tea.
Graven's losing it over here.
It's hilarious.
Oh, with the T, is this you, Cedric?
No, that is not me.
Okay.
That would be hilarious.
It would have been. Bravo if it was Cedric trolling you
That's
while
right.
the show was
That's the
going
next
on.
time.
Bravo.
Next show's bit is you're going to turn into a furry troll.
Cedric's over
I do
there.
not want to live my life as a furry troll.
Right? This is what happens when I push his segment off. I get free trolled.
Hey, that's
Never
a good
knew so many
cosplay.
cat emojis existed.
That's a good
Let's see.
cosplay if he was a furry troll. It'd be perfect.
Segment.
I know a couple of artists that do them, and they make a lot of money at them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they really do.
Oh, here we go with the cat emojis again.
Cat emojis. Okay, on that, I'm gonna set up for his segment. Like I said, you guys can use it for restroom or come join us as I mess with Cedric. Well, get rid of that. And
This
Cedric,
weekend Geek with Cedric. How are everybody on planet Earth doing this evening? So recently, I have finished playing the what? What are you gonna say, Steve? What are you saying? 2 cents you want to put in?
I'm just saying, how we all on Earth, like we could be like bouncing off of like the Mars or something.
I mean, you could be, but I have a strong feeling everybody in here is from Earth. Y'all all look like Earthlings. But he left you, Mr. Peacock. Oh my God,
man, Cedric, you are getting showed up this today.
So
Mr. Peacock needs help, and John, is that a cat blowing a fish?
Jesus Christ! Oh my goodness! So
Steve is just like,
God, this is too much.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself.
So recently, I have finished playing Marvel's Avengers on Xbox One, and I haven't fully explored all the afterplay content of the campaign. But I just wanted to run down a few features of the game and give my own personal review of the gameplay. So when the game starts off, you're basically at this giant event called A-Day that's supposed to basically celebrate the Avengers being the heroic heroes that they are. And the whole event gets destroyed by Taskmaster blowing up a bridge with a bomb. And afterwards, the Avengers get destroyed. They all go their separate ways, and AIM takes over to basically take over the world because that's what AIM does. And you're basically playing as Kamala Khan for the first segment of the game to reassemble the Avengers, try to stop AIM from doing what they're doing, and saving Inhumans and all that. You have 6 playable characters throughout the game that you play, and obviously you got Hulk, Iron Man, Black Widow, Captain America, Thor, the basic Avengers that you get to play as. The campaign is actually really great. If y'all haven't tried it out or whatever, definitely pick it up if you're into a RPG style Avengers game.
Now, see, I'm only up to you. Don't get to play all of them at once, though. Now during the bridge scene, you do, but then after the whole bridge scene, you got to work on meeting up with everybody.
Yeah,
I just wanted to put that out there.
At the bridge scene, I mean, you get to play a little bit of each character and just to get a feel of how each character's gameplay is going to be like. And then after that, they all break apart. You don't get to switch between characters until you meet that specific character to play as. And I don't know how far ahead you are in it or whatever, Steve, but so I'm gonna try not to do too many spoilers on you because I know you like mystery and you want everything to be a mystery. But
hey, if I drink enough, everything's a mystery.
So once you get past reassembling the Avengers and going up against AIM, you get to experience a little bit more with the skills and the character storylines and the iconic missions. You have a wide variety of assignments, challenges, a whole lot of different cosmetics for outfits and stuff that you can equip to your character to play with your style that you see that character as. You have multiple different skills to enhance the abilities of that character. Like, for instance, with Thor and his hammer abilities, you can change multiple different abilities that will project how the gameplay with him goes on. Like, say, for instance, you want to have more abilities that benefit using the Bifrost and the Bifrost abilities, then you'll have to go and change your mastery and specialty abilities amongst the 3 different special abilities within the certain ability. And it goes like that with all the characters. The 4 known villains in the game are MODOK, Taskmaster, Abomination, and Monica. And they're fairly common enemies of the Avengers. The game could have brought on a little bit more for how it is, but they just didn't have the time for it, I guess. I don't know who you've encountered yet, but I mean the villain play with the villain missions that you can do. They're called villain sectors, where you basically go through these waves of enemies until you get to the boss battle and then fight the boss battle. Those are pretty good because you get to redo those multiple times and you get to see different abilities that the villains can portray. You have 2 different factions that you can pledge to during the game. You have the Inhuman faction and the Shield faction. Each faction features different gears, different skills, and different challenge sets daily to bring you different faction points to get certain things for your character, or just to pledge your loyalty to one specific faction. You have Mega Hive missions, which are like raids.
Hail Hydra. Oh, wait.
Yeah, that's the one thing I wish they would have put in the game was Hydra. I didn't even catch any Easter eggs. Maybe if you catch any and you see them, definitely let me know. But I didn't catch any Easter eggs of Hydra in this. You got vault missions, which is best for gear grinding. The level cap for the game for all characters is 150, and playing the basic campaign, you're not going to reach 150 throughout the campaign. I've tried twice now, did not work out. And although I did get Cap up to 150, Cap is actually my favorite character in the game to play as, and I've grinded so many hours to get him to 150. And the best way to do that, if you like to just grind for gear and just fight constantly and not really do any missions, is the vault missions, where you got to hack codes to unlock a shield vault, and you go up against 4 or 5 different waves of enemies. Each wave is stronger enemies, mecha bots, Citinoids, just a variety of different combat going on there. One thing I wanted to talk about was the upcoming DLC that they plan on coming out with, and that looks like that was part of was that the one I sent you of the bridge, the Iron Man one?
Boom, you got that. Boom. Let me go back. Yeah, that's the bridge scene.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I actually like that one or whatever. I tried to send you some screenshots from my actual gameplay, but I couldn't get my Xbox to link to my computer to do that.
Oh, you couldn't get an Xbox to work right?
Yeah, shut the hell up. My Xbox works perfectly fine, just doesn't do everything I hope it does.
That's what all the consumers say.
One thing I do want to talk about, because it's coming up here in a couple weeks, is the first DLC, which is going to be a Hawkeye DLC that's going to feature Hawkeye and Kate Bishop, both as playable characters. And with the playable character DLCs, they are going to be free, so you will not have to purchase them. Although there are challenge cards with each character that you can level up and do certain character challenges with to unlock different outfits, resource packs, credits, units used to buying cosmetics and emotes. And other things for your character that you will have to buy. So those are the only microtransactions in the game right now, which will cost 1,000 credits to purchase the challenge cards. But if you just want to play as the characters themselves as they are, then it won't cost you no money. It will be free upgrade among all platforms. There is a Spider-Man DLC coming out for the game, but PlayStation has that as an exclusive. So Xbox and PC players will not be able to experience playing as Spider-Man
PlayStation.
in
Look at
this
that.
game.
PlayStation, not Xbox.
Which
PlayStation.
I highly think it's unfair because y'all already got a good Spider-Man game as an exclusive, and y'all are getting Miles Morales.
Well, let me ask you why.
Why should y'all get Spider-Man or Marvel's Avengers, and y'all already have taken over the Spider-Man game?
Who owns Spider-Man? Sony.
I don't care. It doesn't matter who owns
Xbox. God.
It doesn't matter who owns it.
Tell that to the Marvel Universe.
People on Xbox should still be able to experience playing this game as Spider-Man. When Ultimate Alliance came out, they didn't say, "Oh, you could play Ultimate Alliance on Xbox, but you're not going to be able to play as Spider-Man." No, Spider-Man was up there on the roster. This should be the same aspect. Same aspect, Steve.
No, because it's Xbox. But see, you can experience Spider-Man play as I video share it from my PlayStation. You can see that Spider-Man play.
Well, I mean, I'll probably watch it on YouTube anyways, like I do a lot of things. But if you're willing to share it, then I mean, I'll watch you play as Spider-Man just to make me jealous a little bit.
See, now you got Robert over here saying Xbox, baby. Well, and I know how much he makes, so he can only afford an Xbox.
Like, I mean, hey, I grew up on PlayStation. Like, I was a PlayStation kid when I was growing up. I only recently switched to Xbox when the 360 came out, and I was back and forth. But yeah, I think Marvel's Avengers is worth buying. I pre-ordered it, so I got all the pre-order exclusives with it, which wasn't much. It was just some cosmetics outfits for the characters. But I definitely think that if you're a huge Avengers fan, and you're a fan of RPG style games, then I mean, yeah, definitely give it a try. There are a lot of bugs and glitches going on with the game right now. There has been a certain glitch where it has been causing people to lose game progression and their save games, and there has been other glitches that when you're switching from character to character, it won't load up the character. So they're working on fixing all these in upcoming updates and patches. But
or you get stuck on a level because you defeat all the enemies and it doesn't progress to the next opening scene, and you're sitting there wondering for 45 minutes what the hell you're missing.
I've only had that happen one time, and that was the day I started playing the game when it released, and I haven't had that happen since then. So
I had that happen. I admit I had to go online. Like, what the hell am I missing? I've destroyed everything. I've jumped here. I've hit this. What am I going? And then there's like, well, when you defeated this last enemy, this level was supposed to open up to you. So I had to restart the checkpoint, go through, and do it again. And once I restarted the checkpoint, went through the huge ass battle, then it finally opened up to how it was supposed to.
One thing I wish they would have done different, though, with it being an RPG style game, and especially with the gear and loot system, you have 5 different classes of gear. You have melee, ranged, or not melee and ranged. You have common, uncommon, legendary, epic, and rare.
Mike, you're right here. You don't have to text it in. You can just say it.
And I wish, like, when you get certain gear and you equip the gear, it actually changes some of the cosmetics on the outfit, except for like just getting the gear and equipping it, and it doesn't really change anything except for your stats. Because most games or whatever that they've been coming out with, like, if you get a piece of gear, it actually changes on your character when you equipped it. Like, for instance, with The Witcher 3, all the gear changes when you get it. It just doesn't have the same outfit, but the stats change. So I wish they would have took into consideration and made that a little bit more. But they didn't. Maybe they'll have it in an upcoming update. I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't really experienced any of the online multiplayer post campaign. I've still been going around in the regular campaign and trying to finish everything to 100% complete all the different missions and iconic missions for each character. But I have read a lot online about the online multiplayer Avengers Initiative part of the game has been super glitchy, hasn't really been connecting to the servers. People have been loading into a match and it just kicks them right out. So I haven't heard good reviews about that. But like I said, hopefully in the future they'll fix all that to make the online aspect of the game a little bit better. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what future content they have coming out as far as the DLCs, who they're going to add, if we're eventually going to see Red Skull in the game, if we're going to see many more villains of the Avengers, many more storylines. Like I hope this just isn't a game that they release that's within the next year they're just not going to do anything with, because this game really does have a lot of potential to go far with all the different stories, characters, villains, and just all the content that the Avengers can bring to a RPG style game.
Now, and see, and my kind of take on it, not like you care, but I'm going to tell you anyways. My kind of take, think of, and tell me if I'm wrong. I'm thinking this goes along the lines with multiple or Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, just with better graphics. Because even the upgrades for the heroes is kind of the same, where you can go up, upgrade certain parts, not other parts. And so I look at it as another Marvel Ultimate Alliance, not the third one, because the third one kind of sucked. I really was disappointed with the third one. But you go back to 1 and 2, and just with a lot better graphics with the gameplay.
Yeah.
That's my take of the whole thing. I know I'm only up. I just got I got Tony Stark on a team, and we just upgraded the armor. You know, where you have to go and hijack the drop ship. I just all did that.
When AIM crashes in on his little hillside trailer that he's living in, he has to reassemble his.
Well, that's the first one, yeah. I already passed that, and now we got the nice armor with Jarvis and the drop ship and all that.
Oh, okay.
And we
made it pretty far though.
We just in the helicarrier, we're just getting some more of the shield agents coming on. But like I said, I only played the one day. This has been a hell of a week for us. I planned on doing a little bit on the show and playing the game, and that did not happen this week.
Well, I hate to burst your little bubble or whatever, but you're getting close to being about halfway through with the campaign. So, I mean, there's many more to do after the campaign. Like just completing the story is part of it, and then there is a whole lot more post-campaign content, not including the multiplayer. But you're getting close to finishing the actual story plot to the game. So
now I am gonna say I do like the fact that one of the side missions, it said I needed a couple more people probably to help complete it better, and nobody that I knew was actually on with the game playing, so it actually searched out somebody to play with me, and we were able to defeat one of the side missions on it.
Now you can do that, or you can actually request companions. Like when it gets to the menu that says launch mission, you can click on the or select character, and then you can press one of the buttons and actually request 4 companions that you have unlocked. Instead of like searching to find somebody else playing, you can just play with the AI characters.
Yeah, but I wanted to try it with the search for player, see how the gameplay was with somebody else. You know, since I didn't have anybody on that was with the game that from my friends, so it's like let me at least see how the gameplay with the multiplayer was.
And if you haven't noticed, they did take this into consideration. They made it to where certain characters can basically do co-op attacks. Like if you're playing as Thor and if you have Thor and Captain America on your team, you can basically you can perform a heavy attack move on an enemy, and if Captain America is beside you, he'll throw his shield up, and then you can slam the hammer down on his shield, and it'll shoot out a bolt of lightning, and then he'll throw his shield, and you can actually team up with the characters on your team and do co-op attacks and combos. So that's pretty cool. I've been going through trying to figure out what combos each character can do together, because it definitely helps with inflicting the combat damage on the big mech enemies and the Sentinels and all that.
But that also goes back to the Ultimate Alliance, where you could do the team up moves also.
Yeah,
you see what I mean?
They did take a few aspects from Ultimate Alliance and put them into this game.
But see, I'm going to be upset if you tell me I'm already halfway through the game with as much as I paid for it, and I bought it pre-owned.
You're not halfway through the game. Don't cry about that. You're getting close to being halfway through with the campaign. They didn't make the campaign story that long, but they focused more on all the after content, all the different side missions, all the free roaming. When you go to the snowy tundra and other areas, there's a lot more to do than just sticking to the main quest. There's so many different hidden areas that you can go and do so much in between the missions while on missions. So that's where a lot of the gameplay is, or whatever, besides the story, is just doing all the side quests and all the little side missions and saving the Inhumans, and which that's another thing that they're adding to the upcoming DLCs is Inhumans. I read today that they're talking about bringing the Inhumans to the game, so you'll be able to actually play as certain Inhumans. So that'll be pretty cool to see who they're actually going to add to the roster. Right now they only talked about Hawkeye, and
the middle of the
I
conversation.
saw something about War Machine, but I don't know if that's true or not. That's why I really didn't say anything about War Machine, because I don't know if that came from a reliable source.
First Avengers game was the best, Robert was saying. And like John says, they made it like God of War. Short campaign with lots of extras to do.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Playing as Thor is actually kind of like God of War 2, with the way he throws his hammer. I just finished playing the God of War game a few months ago, and playing as Thor was basically like playing as Kratos. And I'm a huge fan of God of War, so I kind of like that. I played with Thor a lot in the game, but yeah, they did do it like God of War with a short campaign and a lot of side stuff to do. But as long as they've been working on the game, I feel like the story could have played out a lot more, and they could have added a lot more content into it. But
okay,
I'm not the one that makes the game. I'm just the person they sell it to play it. So,
and as long as they got you, that's all that matters.
But yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I could go on and on and on about talking about it, but we're not just here for me. We're here for the wonderful and lovely artists.
Oh, you shouldn't say that. The husbands are going to kick your ass.
Talking about them too. Them too.
Okay, now I'm watching Graven down there. He's getting all giddy. He's calling me pretty. Okay, and normally, I would have the trailer for the game for you, but like I said, this week's been living heck for us, and we haven't been getting home till around 9 o'clock at night this week.
You could save trailers for next week, because I got something special in store for next week.
Okay, and I feel bad because I usually do this without asking or telling you and whatnot, but like I said, this has been a week from heck, so.
Oh, I'll believe it.
It's been such a bad week that today's my Friday. I took tomorrow off just because it's been a bad week.
Sometimes you need to extend your weekend.
Okay, guys, so let's go back in here and bring everybody. We lost one person while we were gone. But Sean had to go and take care of the kids because life happens and he's a parent. You guys know how.
Yeah.
All of you know how it goes, right?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely do.
I gotta take care of my.
Well, you're
my
a
dog.
teacher, Sandra,
Oh,
so
you got-
you take care of lots of kids.
Or do they take care of her?
Oh yeah, but I get to leave them. No, they don't. By Friday, I tell every kid as they leave, I love you, but you need to go.
Yes, but I see how you
So
teach.
they-
I want the little Fruit Loops and I want the airplanes. I never got taught like that.
You know, this is my first year teaching math. If I would have learned math with Fruit Loops, math is my worst subject. So I'm appreciating the challenge, but I taught multiplication yesterday with Fruit Loops. Like, why couldn't I learn that? Like,
Well, I
I would have been a math
like the owl on the
genius.
Tootsie Roll. Somebody would say how many links to the center, and I'd be on 3, and boom, math is over. Fruit Loops. What Fruit Loops?
Later on in the year, we teach perimeter with Cheez-Its. I mean, like, we use food all the
wonder why.
time.
They use food for math, and they get rid of gym class.
If I ever had to do math with Cheez-Its or Fruit Loops, I just wouldn't get no math done.
Well, I sit there. You're doing math with
Explains my
food.
weight problem.
Exactly. They got rid of gym class and brought food into it.
Oh, not at my school. They have to do a lot
I
of gym.
guarantee you, I'd be learning a lot of subtraction.
What? We're in a Monica.
Hey, Monica, did you get a refill yet?
No, I'm blocked in, so I can't really leave.
Oh. Well, you could do what I do. I tell
If she has
Trish to
any
get it
more,
for me.
No.
She'll be knocked out on the table if she has any more.
Well, I'm watching her
She's
eyes.
lightweight.
I'm watching her eyes like trying to go shut and like.
Yeah.
She's definitely doing the lean.
Oh yeah, she's got the lead.
I have a cat here.
And she has our new cat here with her in front of. He's plopped down in front of her to make his presence known, so you can't really see him on camera.
I'm not even gonna touch that.
Yes.
I'm just gonna let it go.
Show him.
Let's walk right into that.
Graven knows me well enough. He knows where I was gonna go.
Oh, he's like Baker.
Yeah, he's like a Baker twin.
But he looks a lot bigger.
He's a big Maine Coon. He's a kitten.
He's a kitten.
He's not
still.
even a year old yet. Yeah, he's not even a year old yet. He's a Maine Coon. He's massive.
Wow.
We got the Godzilla lag on Monica and Graven.
Yep.
Do we? Do we need to check
Hey,
out and
Graven,
come back in?
do this for me. Say, look, Godzilla.
There, now he's going over to Graven.
See? But if you say, look, Godzilla, and it's gonna be just like the Japanese
What?
Godzilla movies.
Say like this.
Yeah, you got that lag. Okay, so what?
You're such a jerk.
I know. So, okay, what do you guys got all excited? And Cedric, we lost Ashley. Where'd she go?
She went over there during my stream. She went over there to the table and started working on something.
But see, during your stream, I would have much preferred watching her.
Yeah, well,
it would have made talking about the Avengers a lot better. Okay, John, thank you for
I don't
coming
know how
by
I feel
again.
about that, man.
Be well, brother. It's nice
I don't
talking
know how
with
I
you.
feel about that.
John, take it easy. We'll see you next week. Yeah, you know I'm just kidding, Cedric.
That's what she likes to do, man. She likes to stay busy working on something new. So
And that's good. That's more artwork and keeps her
She'll
busy.
pop back in. She'll pop back in before it's over.
Okay, let's see. Hold on. What's everyone's take on the Washington football team design, B?
I don't know. I don't watch football.
I don't watch any.
Yes, you do. You got Madden 2000. Oh.
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
on a Sega Genesis, probably.
There you go. Okay, Robert, you're talking to the wrong set of people about football. I'm going to tell you that right now. Now, if you ask them what they think about season 2 of The Mandalorian, which I got to tell you, Cedric, Robert told me just because of your segment on The Mandalorian, he wants to watch it now. So you got through to somebody.
I mean, that makes me feel happy right there. Someone took what I said, and now they want to go watch a show.
Do you know that my third graders, like regularly, they're going up to me and going, "Miss Thresher, is tonight the night for The Mandalorian?" And I'm like, "No, not yet. Trust me, I'll be smiling the day that it comes out. And I'll be very tired because I'll wake up early and watch it."
She didn't like Star Wars before she met me.
I didn't like lots of things before I met him.
That's true. Like spaghetti.
See, we were out the other day, and we were trying to figure out what we want to dress our 2-year-old as for Halloween. And I was like, baby, they have a Baby Yoda costume. We have to dress him as that. And then I started thinking, I was like, no, this year is going to be like when Harley Quinn came out in the Suicide Squad. Everybody's going to dress up as Baby Yoda. I was like, we got to think of something different. But it was so adorable. It had the little cup that he could hold and little ears and the mat. It was so adorable.
Dead Baby Yoda.
Oh, come on. Like a zombie Baby Yoda? That would be good. Not a dead Baby Yoda.
Well, zombie is dead.
That would be awesome.
This is why I don't let him around kids. Because he's like, oh, a dead baby would be fun. No, nobody thinks that dead babies are fun.
I do.
My daughter went shopping for dead baby parts last weekend. So yeah, there are people out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, we do know. I mean, we know Linda. You know, she would make dead baby
parts.
Yeah, and see, just like Cedric's wife there that goes to the store and buys a bucket full of skulls, there's people that buy buckets full of dead baby parts.
Yeah.
Tiny hands and feet are
She
fun.
shows me some weird art all the time. People make these like sinister, twisted looking like dead baby art dolls and just all kinds of stuff. I'm like, that's cool if you're into that kind of stuff.
She probably knows Linda's work.
Yeah, she probably does.
So Cedric, she's showing you all this. Is this a sign? You know, you got 30 days to back out. Because once the 30 days,
I'm not backing out of anything, Steve.
Okay, just you know those knives that she just bought for the kitchen. Just make sure they stay in the kitchen.
I mean, she is into
they're still there.
She knows what to do with her body.
And she wants to do crocheting. Got some voodoo dolls coming up. You know, just watch yourself, man.
Yeah. I just lock myself in the room when she starts working on something.
And you notice we got him thinking because he just keeps looking at her.
Yeah.
What's she
It's
doing?
still a turn.
Well, hold on, is there a knife missing over there now?
He gets the dead cold stare. And he just starts.
He's like, skull art. What you gonna do with my skull? Stay off my
Exactly.
skull.
I'll be the one on the interview that says, she was such a nice girl. Who knew?
Quiet, never bothered the neighbors. But those roses in the front yard look lovely.
Oh yeah, everything else is dead, but those are growing good. By the way, has anybody seen Cedric?
No, but that's a really cool patio in the backyard.
No, those roses.
Well, you know.
Okay.
Oh God.
Now I got to put on there Cedric Cold Feet Boyd.
Poor Cedric.
And just remember, Cedric, This is what your dream was, to be part of the show.
Yeah. Not to have cold feet. I like my feet pretty warm. I don't want cold feet.
And Graven, you can tell him what he got himself into. Great show. Good night. God bless people. Robert, we will talk to you later. See you on Monday.
Yeah, be well, man.
Have
Thanks
a
for
good
chatting.
night, Robert.
Appreciate it.
It's pretty cool.
Well, you've seen the show Dexter. The serial killers are always somebody who looks normal.
Dexter did not look normal.
Yeah, he did.
I literally just for the first time saw that. I binged that one.
Are we still lagging?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't seen Dexter until this year.
Yeah,
I watched
you're good.
2 episodes 2 weeks ago.
Huh?
I watched 2 episodes 2 weeks ago. Haven't gotten into it yet. Got into Warrior Nun and who knows what else on Netflix. Ugh, too much crap to binge.
Yeah.
For sure.
Way too much to binge nowadays.
I binged the whole new Transformers on Netflix too.
Me too.
That was really good. I liked it.
Fantastic. I can't wait for season 2.
We just watched. Oh, we're caught up on The Boys.
Yeah, we're caught up on The Boys.
Me too.
Season 2. Yeah. And we've been watching Lovecraft Country.
We still got to watch that. We just don't have time to watch.
Yeah.
And anytime we go to sit to watch something, we might get halfway through an episode before we're both asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm usually in bed by 9:30.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Trish is just barely coming home from doing the shopping that she does. So we're usually eating by 9:30.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, I got eating hot table bar at 6:37 every day.
Yeah, Mike does. He takes very good care of me.
Hey, she's barely coming home from her first job at 6 o'clock, let alone being able to anything. But I usually have dinner ready for her when she comes home at 9 o'clock.
Mike also makes me breakfast and lunch.
Oh, hell, Benny.
For me in the morning.
Kiss ass.
Aren't you spoiled?
I am very spoiled, but trust me, I went through hell to get to him. So
I am too, because I don't cook. David cooks.
You're
Yeah, I
ruining
cook.
David's a good cook.
Oh,
I cook
yeah,
everything.
he doesn't do any of that stuff. He's so grumpy. I don't even know why I keep his ass around.
That's right.
His power up button went up.
Yeah. You see when she was talking about make me this, he's getting out back there. Yeah, I'm the man. Yeah.
The frown started cracking a little bit, started going back up.
And then he's like, oh.
Oh crap! People gotta know the real me. Shit.
At least he took his hood off.
Right?
I know.
I mean, I guess that kind of sounds bad. I mean, who's
Doc- You mean Dr. Doom back there? Even like Dr. Doom.
Sandra,
He likes it. You know he likes it.
about that part of your life.
Oh, yeah. No. That's in one of the closets.
What is
With the sombrero.
With the sombreros, yes.
Well,
Very
actually,
expensive closet.
it's a very big closet. See, Cedric, this is what you're getting yourself into. Sit there, drink your coffee at 10 o'clock at night.
Yep.
Okay, guys, what does anybody have on the horizon?
If anything.
If anything.
Breakfast for her.
No.
That's basically
Breakfast.
A beautiful sunrise.
Oh man. Hold on. I don't know.
Your tomorrow too. We got that coming up.
Oh, gosh. It's been a week.
Oh, trust me, I know it has. Okay, I don't know if you can see this very good, but that was a sunset, Cedric. That was very beautiful last night.
Looks like
There
it.
you go.
So it wasn't a sunrise.
Gotta love nature.
We walked out of the furniture store to see that. And I just had to stop and take the picture of it.
We definitely needed that after not being able to get a couch for a whole week.
Yeah.
I always do that whenever I come across a dead baby. I take a picture.
How often do you come across them?
I want to go to where he's at, where he's around dead babies all the time.
I mean, yeah, he's dealing with too many random dead babies. And
Scary.
We are in Orlando. It happens.
And Monica just left to go find a dead baby too. Look at that.
Hobbit is scratching the back.
David knows where we live. He knows what area we're in.
Oh, jeez.
You know, there's a few floating in the creek back there.
In the creek, yeah, in the creek.
Of course, the creek.
Oh, so you're in the Pine Hills area? Oh.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Dead baby, Mike. There you go.
But I would not have that anywhere near me because that would freak me out in the middle of the night.
I like the little island where the crabs use the dead baby dolls that are for shells, and they have the heads of their hermit crabs. Like, it's brilliant. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was kind of thinking of Toy Story.
Dead baby dolls hanging on nooses.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
If he watches Oak Island, he watches that.
Oh, I do. I watch Oak Island for sure, and watch the other stuff as well.
What am I missing? I watch Oak Island too.
It wasn't on Oak Island.
Okay. I have gotten into the paranormal shows though.
That's awesome.
An episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, Josh Gates is my hero.
Oh, me too. I love
He
that.
does some crazy stuff, but I love it.
I don't like it.
And he's
Yeah,
not hard on the eyes either.
I've watched a lot of his stuff, but it's hard for me to get behind him. He just seems like I don't know. He seems like he's a closet like asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be real honest with that. It just feels like he's like he could be that. Like he's being like so overly, you know. I get well. Hey, maybe I'm talking about myself. I don't know that I'm really nice and come off that way. Maybe I don't know. But
I don't care.
But yeah.
He can have whatever he wants in the closet. I might go in and find it.
he's everywhere.
Look at Sandra.
Josh Gates tonight. Josh
Right
Gates
there.
on this. Josh Gate here. You know, it's like I don't know. But his shows are interesting. I do watch his shows. It's just sometimes getting behind him kind of gets a little rough. You know, I've been watching Paranormal Caught on Camera because I like seeing some of the ones that are actually on there that I haven't seen yet. It's quite interesting. Yeah. You know, some of it's like, oh, that's kind of yeah, whatever, and then other ones like, okay, that's kind of interesting. But
have you seen the new Osborne show that they're doing?
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
It's funny, but he does show things that I've seen before that I know are fake.
Yep.
He shows stuff that I've never seen, which is interesting.
Right. It's hard to watch some of those shows because some of them are just cashing in. So I like to watch the ones that I'm not cashing in. I actually want to see and learn something, maybe see something interesting. You know, 2 or 3% of them are actually genuine information. The rest of them are just people putting stuff together because people want to see that type of stuff now. So
Yeah.
I just been sitting there watching Monica look at Cedric for the last 2 minutes.
Oh, you can see it's hilarious. It's good.
Sorry.
But she's looking at him so lovingly.
She's like,
I know. She's like, oh, look at Cedric.
I'm looking at Raven.
I would go like, hi, Cedric.
Remember, Monica, Ashley has a bucket of skulls. Don't be added.
I don't think I want Graven knocking on my door.
It's all
okay.
right.
So let's go back to the original thing.
The original question was you asked if we were doing anything in the future.
Yeah.
What's coming up?
Anything coming up in the future that anybody's going to do anything at?
I think at this point right now, the only show we have on the docket is Deland Comic and Collectible Show in January. So next year. We'll be doing that one particularly. If everything kind of continues to work out, maybe things will work out there, we'll be able to be there. We love Tom's show. We love all the shows he's involved with. So we were lucky enough to be available to be there. So we're going to try and give it a shot. Small start, see how it goes. He's going to test the waters and see what happens. And of course, everything can change, like we've been dealing with this year. Anything can change.
Yeah.
But
Now-
that's
Now, do you think you guys? I know you probably won't be set up there, but you think you might make an appearance at Infinity Toy and Comic Con Holiday Edition 2020 extravaganza? I don't know.
extravaganza. Yeah. I actually didn't even know it was happening until really last minute. I honestly had no idea.
No, I'm going to tell you, nobody did.
Yeah.
Nobody knew.
Even the organizer didn't know.
Even Louis, it kind of caught Louis by surprise that he was doing it.
Oh, okay.
He kind of got talked into it at the last minute.
Gotcha.
You know how he has his group of people and everything. They kind of talked him into it last minute.
Yeah.
Because I even had Trish call him up so I could yell at him.
Gotcha.
I had to hear it from other people before I even heard it from him.
Well, I heard it from Mike and Sandra, when they connected and kind of said, "Hey, are we guys doing it or what have you?" That's when I didn't even realize there was one going on until they had commented and tagged me to see if we were doing it. But I hadn't really had a chance to really look into all of it. I mean, as far as the shows in general right now, I mean, for me personally, for us personally, we can't really do many, and that's because of what most people don't know, and maybe the first time people are hearing this here, is that I've been dealing with a lot of severe health issues since February of last year. And so I've been having to kind of, with all of this, and then of course her mother has been dealing with a second bout of breast cancer. So we've been dealing with that, and we're helping her, and we're in the home, and we take care of her and make sure everything's kind of being handled. So with all of that said, with all the COVID stuff, between what's going on with my health, what's going on with her mom's health, I've had to really kind of watch every little thing that I'm doing because I don't want to bring or add that into it. Not that I'm trying to be feeding into the fear aspect of things. It's just logically what am I doing and how am I affecting everything. So I want to do shows, but until we can, the January one was far enough out, we can kind of see how things were going and kind of go from there with the DeLand one. So I'm hoping it gets back to a position where we can have some type of amalgam of a show or do some virtual shows or something like that. But that's about it right now. So
yeah, I mean, I've seen some shows recently that have been very how would you say stupid, I guess, with like no parameters for social distancing or mask.
Right. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. It's like we're kind of in same health situations and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And thanks to Tom right there, he's throwing out the Infinity Toy and Holiday Convention.
Yeah.
They're sold out of spaces.
Yes, which good for them. And it's a wonderful venue. I mean, love the venue and everywhere that they're at. But we had kind of been going back and forth on whether or not we were going to apply for it, just because of the situation that we have. I mean, I have my mom here, and we just had a cancer. She's dealing with cancer right now too. Thankfully, we got some good news on that, so hopefully it won't be too bad.
Anything home?
Yeah, I don't want to bring anything home to her. And then Mike's also not out in the public very much, and I'm already exposed to
Quasimodo
600 kids during the day.
Well,
so
I was going to say, Sandra, don't you bring Mike home to your mom all the time?
Well, he's here all the time. He keeps everything, like on the even keel. But we've just been trying to keep things. We've been trying to mitigate our risk. So right now, I think the only one that we were really considering seriously is crap. I can't remember the name. Sci-Fi Bartow.
Oh yeah.
Because it's outside and it's February, and hopefully it'll be better. I mean, especially I feel safer being outside.
For sure.
Just for.
Well, I mean, Bartow could easily just limit vendors and have every other space empty for social distancing that way.
Yeah.
So they don't charge for the show as it is.
Yes,
so.
they do.
No, they don't.
To get,
I mean, not the guests.
Okay. But I'm just. I mean, I think a lot depends on how the election goes, and there's a lot of things that no matter what side you're on, I'm not here to beat that drum. But I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty right now. So I think after we get past like the December's always kind of rough for shows because of the holiday season.
We're also coming into flu season.
We're coming into flu season. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real. So, yeah, like as if you didn't have enough to deal with, let's just add in a little bit of flu. Just a little smidge.
Just a tad bit.
Yeah. But here's what you also forget. When we get the first show that's highly attended, you got the con crud on top of everything.
Mix that up.
We always call the con flu.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah. Con crud's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that in general, people are better about the hygiene and distancing. I see a little bit of both. I mean, a lot of people that when we go out, we see people that are wearing masks, not always wearing them properly. But I'm just hoping that by the time we get into
the nose,
where we can do shows outside,
I don't get that.
it would be nice.
Fabric chin straps.
I'm not here to beat my socialist agenda.
I'll beat my socialist
I
agenda.
know you will. We'll get
And when he starts beating something, I can throw your ass back off the camera.
Yes. Steve, I'll just do this.
You'll get ratings.
Hi.
No, you're not a cute little kid eating an apple. I ain't getting ratings. What did you say, Cedric?
I said, welcome back to the Sandra Show.
Okay, Cedric, you got anything coming up?
Not really, man. I mean,
we got a wedding coming up. See, wrong answer.
I got that coming up. We got that coming up, but we don't really get to get out and go to a lot of cons like we want to right now. I mean, it's hard to do much with a 2-year-old anyways.
Right.
But I mean, we're hoping that when next year comes around, hopefully some of this COVID-19 stuff will die down a little bit, and we'll be able to go out and go to some more cons next year and get to travel around a little bit more. Plus, he'll be a little bit older, and that might be good for him also to experience some of that, because I really want to take my son to some cons and let him experience the con crowds and everything.
You want to take a 3-year-old to a con and then tell him he can't go meet his favorite person.
Two words, Cedric. Child.
First of all, that too. We actually ordered one of those. That'll be coming in soon. We definitely need that when we go out anywhere with him. But his favorite hero right now is basketballs and balloons. So unless there's a basketball and a balloon guy there, then I mean he's not gonna really want to meet anybody.
Would Baymax ever know?
You ever go to MegaCon? There's probably somebody with basketball and balloons, so you'd be screwed.
You'd be dressed like Deadpool, Deadpool in a basketball costume.
Yeah.
Dressed like Deadpool.
Deadpool or Harley Quinn.
At Sci-Fi Bartow, there was that crazy balloon guy that was making those huge sculptures.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He may want to meet, but yeah, I mean that's something that we want to do here in the future. But right now, with it nearing the holidays and us finishing planning the wedding and all that, that's really all we got upcoming.
Hey, Warren.
Of course, it's Warren. So stick a door.
Warren's here, so it's time to go. Okay, so everybody has like nothing going on until next year.
Yeah.
So we won't.
One question I got though: if somebody wanted to purchase some of y'all's artwork, do y'all have websites that they could go to, or how do y'all go about doing that?
Okay, I'm going to answer that with one thing. Cedric, you've been following us for how many years? Hey, what is my
y'all for quite a few years?
So what's the whole point of my site? My site is to tag these guys' pages so you can go over and purchase their artwork from them. We're gonna have to have a talk after the show, man.
Look, man, maybe the coffee's getting to me a little bit or something. I don't know. I had the question pop into my head, and I figured I'd ask.
Well,
He's being proactive.
Yeah, he's being proactive, retroactive. But
I thought it was a great question. It was a nice little wrap up. Cedric, I think it was a very nice professional way to wrap things up.
okay,
There
where's
you go.
Sandra? Where do I mute Sandra's mic at?
Oh my God.
That was an awesome teacher answer.
That is an everybody gets a participation trophy.
Listen, I'm very well trained in positive reinforcement.
And I'm very well trained in negative reinforcement.
Anyways, Cedric, now I'm talking to you. We have a Facebook, and it's all geek. It's all geek to me. And we also have an Etsy, but I'm going to be honest, our Etsy we don't keep up with. But if you see something that we post, you can always message us, and we try to make sure. Yes, we're still going. And that's where you can usually find us.
Okay.
What is Warren doing?
It's been a great show for trolls today. Okay.
So
there you go. There you go, Cedric. There's it's all geek to me right there.
Okay.
And that's their site. It's all geek to me, paper and vinyl.
Is there like a weird bromance going on between Warren and Brandon?
Oh yes, for years.
Oh, okay.
It's been hidden. It's in the open.
And they're bringing it out on my show.
Things just took an awkward turn. It's like O.C.D. After Dark.
Exactly.
There you go. There's the title.
Hey Warren. Hey Warren. If you need, I have a furry that needs a father. So we can go back there.
Oh my God.
You didn't tell me about the furry match game, Steve.
Oh well, that's for me only. Okay, hold on. Let's go. Okay, there, Cedric. There is for the Raven Wolves.
Okay.
Warren is my thick
I
baby.
wasn't just asking for me. I was asking for other people that might be on the show that didn't know that they had websites and stuff. So
okay, I'm going to tell you the people that are on my show right now, as you can see, they all know him. Because I've lost the show right here. The show is done and over. Those two stole it. I'd rather go back to Peacecock.
It's my peach. Don't touch my peach.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Did you say Peacecock?
Yeah. You know,
pretty sure.
See? Mr. Peacecock.
Okay. I stand corrected.
Okay.
I haven't been on Tinder in a while, so I didn't pick up on that.
Hey,
Is it
but
quiet
you
all the
picked
time?
up on the emojis, okay? So that's all that
I
matters.
did. I picked up on the emojis that they were throwing down. I did like the cat doing that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's go back up there just for Warren to see if we can get a. Just for Warren. And Warren and I've lost the show. We got Lori over here saying,
And I can hear it in her voice too.
Yeah, right.
Dang,
Yeah.
Lori too. Okay, so we can just sit here and talk for a few minutes while they just keep having their conversations over there. And Cedric, there is for what's her name, Chrissy. Yeah, I'm kind of. Let's see. Tell Jenny. Brandon says, "What's up, girl?" Lori is jealous. So speaking of Warren, since I have Warren here, and there was something just announced today, December CEO is going on. So CEO is coming back. Cedric, you would love CEO. It's the fighting game tournament. It is one of the biggest fighting game tournaments in the U.S. And you know how we usually always do like the comic conventions, the craft fairs and stuff. CEO is the only gaming convention we do go to. We get let in all the time because Alex is a great guy. I do have to thank Warren, who's over here making googly eyes at Monica and stuff, and Brandon, that Warren helped get us our foot into that one. So, but that's one of the only gaming ones. Yep. You gotta get off of Lori is jealous because Lori just wants to watch. And Lori, if you want to watch Warren and Brandon, oh man, see, and you got Lori loves to watch.
Jesus.
Okay. On that note, guys.
Sure there is. It's available by Pfizer.
Oh, geez.
Okay, guys. On this, and I'm going to be very serious. I'm going to throw up the outro. You guys can stick around after the outro. We end the broadcast, so we can sit and talk for a couple minutes. But this has gone kind of south on us really quick. Fucking Warren.
Steve, I just want to say thank you so much for having us with you on your show tonight. It's really been fun.
Oh, it's been a fun night all the way around, guys. Love having all of you. And Monica's going to fall asleep while she's playing with her kitty.
Oh, geez. Not touching that one with a 10-foot pole. No.
I had to, Graven. I've been holding that one half the night.
It's quite all right, buddy. It's all right.
You know, I
walked right into that.
You know, I've been sitting there waiting to say something, and I got to do it right as we're getting ready to leave. Okay, guys, hang around after the ending here, and we'll talk a minute.